Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Maryland campaign event for you. The first round is Hooker's Push. You're seeing an overview of that right now, followed up by our second map, which is Hill's Counterattack. Two kind of longer maps, so that is what I expect today. Thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like to support, go to the link in the description where you can get live streams of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we do with no commentary and UI, so if you hate me talking, that's the place to go. With that being said, Maryland campaign with the DDoS attacks to War of Rights lately. The server could crash, so they're kind of having a fun, relaxing night tonight. But our teams for today, Confederate side, you got I-Corps, MSG, A&V Nose, Pennsylvania Army, Mississippi Brigade, and Sussy Brigade. Whereas on the Union side, you got Iron Brigade, Corn Brigade, 10th United States, 5th New Hampshire, 12th Virginia, Jackson's Division, and 1-2 Corps guy who put himself on the chord sheet. Server pop is about 287, initial imbalance in favor of the Union side. However, when we look at artillery, it's about 11 for the Union, and we have about 10 for the Confederates, so still roughly a 5-man imbalance in terms of infantry, which is not that big of a deal. Frontline reporters today, top left side, you have Killer from the A&V, and top right, you have Hudson from the 5th New Hampshire. Very appreciative of both of them for giving us the frontline view. And co-commentating with me today, we have Disco. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. This is Captain Disco with the 1st Confederate Cavalry. I'd like to thank you, Eagle, for letting me co-commentate with you, and I'm extremely excited to see how these two events go today.
Very much so. So, how would you say the strategy is for either side here on Hooker's Push?
So the strategy I have seen a lot and like to favor is for the CSA is try not to even let them leave the corn. You know, if they take those rock formations that are just in front of the cornfield, you can put yourself in a really bad situation. You know, get forced back behind the hill. And for Union, it's the opposite. You know, the goal is to take those rock formations, get a foothold. So it's really gonna come down to these rocks right in front of the cornfield on how the map goes tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. You got Iron Brigade, Corn Brigade, 12th VA kind of held up on the left side for the Union, engaging the CSA on the rocks, who is I-Corps, Missouri State Guard. I think there's some more Union. Nope. Iron Brigade just taking out this poor Joshua guy from I-Corps. But on the Union right side of things, you have JD pushing up behind fellow groups such as the 10th US. Looks like they're charging the artillery out. Where you got PA held up here.
It's a solid strategy trying to take out that artillery. It can be pretty lethal on this left side. Looks like 10th US isn't going to make it, but if JD can get in their time, it might be a solid win on that left flank for him.
Yeah, and these out-of-line tickets, although Union is kind of down right now, these out-of-line tickets will be very helpful for the Union side in the long term. You got Hobson from 5th NC's running in with these. He's trying to finish 10th US off. Gets one. Missed.
Bro, missed! You missed!
And he got the rest, but JD's going to take care of him. So...
Yeah, A and B is looking JD down, but they're not really making any pushes on him.
Yeah, speaking of that, you got the twin banners there, and then MB, and then A and B, where you were saying they were looking that way. So Union's charging on the far left of their side. CSA half retreating here. Retreating at a very bad time. If you're going to retreat, do it before they hit your line, because otherwise at that point you're just taking unnecessarily skirmishing and out-of-line losses. 5th NC holding here as well, but they're just going to get overwhelmed.
Looks like 5th Florida is on their way to support from the center.
Yeah, 5th, indeed, they're starting to shift up. CSA has a pretty nice defensive line where most of their team is holding. They have a defilade that's very strong, where the Union to the northeast of their position, where Union is coming from on the left side, it's very hard for Union to see the Confederates there. And on top of that, Confederates can hold the point of contention from that side of the hill, so it makes it a strong spot. Granted, Union has a nice defilade on their side too, so...
Absolutely.
Union still harassing the artillery. Not really pushing out, and I think we might have A and V pushing towards them. Definitely looks like it. So it's fascinating that CSA is going to send A and V when kind of looking over. The numbers are pretty even, but it's very risky to send one group off like that. Just high risk in terms of tickets, because if you lose that, rip killer. It can go down pretty quickly.
It looks like PA is supporting them. 5th New Hampshire is behind them. They just ran straight past 5th New Hampshire.
It looks like they're just vibing here on the fence line for now. Looks like they're starting to push towards where A and V is at.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, for when the battle actually started, the pace for Union in terms of tickets, they're knocking CSA down pretty quick. So.
Yep. They've taken a lot of ground, but they've lost a lot in the process.
They have indeed. Oh. So Union will, I assume, maybe charge on the Union left at some point, but that's a really entrenched position for CSA. And again, if we look on the right, yeah, Union just has a lot of forces here.
They're about to envelop A and V.
Yeah. Now, I don't know how many guys A and V thinks is around them, but looking at the overview, A and V could charge these groups out individually.
Right. And PA did get routed by 10th US, and they've fallen back to A and V.
Let's see. 10th US doesn't have a flag. I assume JD does, and that's where they're getting the respawns. 5th New Hampshire respawning on those flags. So. Coming back over to the other side of the map, it's just, I mean, nice engagement. CSA does have a gun pointed this way, but this is just beautiful.
Can anyone hear me?
Huncho's getting a little antsy there with the flag.
There he goes.
Boy was talking so much trash, saying that they couldn't hit crap. Well, that's how it goes. I think I'm going to message him right now, because I would love to hear his response.
Yeah.
27. Load and hold. Load and hold. 27. 27.
I heard charging on the Union right, so JD's pushing up towards where A and V's at.
Okay, take citizen feedback.
Oh, yeah.
They're very spread out. A and V has a nice spot. They're all clumped up with PA.
You have no idea. Countercharge, countercharge. You have no idea.
Depending on how they play it, JD could get wiped out on this side.
A and V does countercharge. It's looking like that.
Charge the flag, charge the flag.
And Union's going to hit engaged. Yeah. Benny trying to get out with the flag, but CSA pursuing.
He's running towards CSA spawn, I believe.
I'm scared! Stop chasing me!
These nuts.
Stop chasing me!
Hey, wait, what?
There he goes.
You're a nerd, you got team killed. Ah!
So Union defeated on this side, losing a flag pretty far back, which, if you don't know, Hooker's Push, the point of contention's here. Union spawn is all the way back here. If you go back to the beginning of when we started recording this round, we started doing it at the 42-ish minute mark because it takes Union 3, 4, 5 minutes to get all the way from their main spawn to the actual fighting. When you don't have a flag to spawn in, that means every guy that dies in that company is going to have to spawn at main and run over there. So I don't know if JD thought they outnumbered A and V, but regardless, they charged, they lost their flag, and they will be out of the fight for a hot minute. Flags can despawn, but it takes 5 minutes to do that.
5th New Hampshire is still behind A&V. There's a couple of them.
Ain't no way.
Yeah. Oh, they're killing the Artie crews.
So they should pick up that flat. How did Pockets miss that? No. Okay. These 3 guys from 5th New Hampshire.
They could change the
Oh,
game
he just
right
team
there.
killed.
Take the flag up.
Oh, no. Oh, he just team killed too. Oh, no, he killed the... No, he killed the enemy. I thought that guy was a friendly. Those 3 guys could have ran over and picked up the flag, and they could have spawned guys in. That's a little unfortunate, because A&V is pulled off.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways... CSA is about to go down to engaged. Even though there is a little gap in tickets, it's not the end of the world for the attackers, the Union here.
She did have an Adams
But we'll see. Union seems content with just sitting and shooting for now. I don't know if they...
Yeah.
The pace is definitely going to slow. Just shooting in general. Obviously, when everyone's charging, everyone's dying, so the pace is going to be a lot quicker. But for this, it's going to be a little slow.
Right.
Behind the bush.
I mean, CSA could theoretically charge. They flank the Union on 3 sides. They could make a push to try and wipe them out before reinforcements come from spawn.
That could be true. It'd be very risky, though, just because of the amount of tickets they could lose. And what would they
Right.
gain in terms of ground, right? They could get those rocks that you were mentioning at the beginning of the game, but not like they were defending them that well, but Union pushed them out pretty quickly.
Right.
But yeah, no, CSA is starting to kind of envelop them while still kind of saying in these defilades they had engaged.
Still at an advantage. Looks like JD is pushing back to the artillery.
Indeed, they are. Union, those respawns are very spread out. And you got A&V even going further left to try to kind of outflank the Union here. That's just beautiful. But Union's starting to shift because of the CSA encirclement. 30th Ohio shifting over right. You have 8th Ohio, both groups here, Corn Brigade. Really shifting furthest to the right. 8th Ohio is more of the skirmishing group to my knowledge, so they're spread out in a nice line formation there.
Yep. And 10th US is making a flank, but 59th New York is going to meet them.
Yeah, those 10th US guys, they don't have that flag either. Maybe they're hoping JD's going to go out and get it, but yeah.
Serpentine, boys, serpentine.
Here come a couple CSA guys. The CSA guys are coming in now in force, but those first couple guys really are spread out, dying and skirmishing and on a line, which cannot afford.
Hurts their tickets.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it may seem like that, oh, it's only a few guys doing it here, but when that happens over the course of a whole match, that really adds up and really can impact the finish of a round.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it looks like JD is not faring well on the artillery.
They get wiped by the artillery?
I think so. They went in with like 20 so guys.
No. Oh. Yeah, artillery and PA looked like they were able to stop. I see Hateful here from First Delaware blaring music too.
Oh, there he goes.
I wonder if that's why the Union is starting to lose so many tickets.
It's definitely a contributor to it.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for doing this to you. Sorry. I'm already done.
So yeah, the CSA artillery is holding well. I almost wonder if it might be a good idea for Union to blob up and charge. It's a little risky. CSA is very spread out, so they could have an opportunity to defeat in detail, but I assume if they all went, CSA, the rest of them anyways, would converge into one big group. Or just retreat before they even get there.
Oh, I think I got one.
It's easy to tell. 'Cause
Absolutely. It's definitely a game of cat and mouse right now. Both sides are spread out to an extent. CSA more so, but you know, CB has this long skirmish line. It's pretty hard to get orders down to consolidate.
Very true. Let's see. We got a couple Union guys on the far side. Is that 5th New Hampshire? Yep, it is. Like they're making a push for the artillery, but yeah. Well, I guess we got some a little downtime here. So what got you in the War of Rights, Disco?
Oh, I just saw it on YouTube, you know, saw some videos, saw the trailer for it. As a big history fan, I looked at that, I was like, hell yeah, man, I'm gonna buy that. So, you know, played pubs for a few years, got into regiments about a year and a half ago. Yeah, I've had a great time playing it.
That's good to hear. About when did you get the game then? Because you said you were playing in regiments for a year and a half. How long were you playing in pubs beforehand?
I got it Christmas 2019, I believe. Played
Dang.
it for about 3 years or so. Got into regiments February of last year.
I guess, so if you were playing in pubs for that long without joining a regiment, what made you switch or interested in joining a reg?
Last time I had one,
Johnson from 1st VA. He caught me in pubs. You know, very hyper, very proud of his unit, and he just caught my interest. I was like, all right, I'll join it. Had a great time. Joined 4th PA. And I've been here and there through different units for a little bit.
Heck yeah. Let's see here. Looks like, is that JD or 10th US who's gotten back up on the right? It's JD, they're back at it again. Looks like their flag has despawned, so...
Their flag is running back now. About to leave the corn, so...
There that is, yeah. Looks like PA shifting back over that way. You do have one Union guy here. Vernon Sherman from 10th. I don't know if he survived from 10th earlier, but...
We do have 10th US coming up on the right flank of the CSA right now. Out of the corn.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Vernon Sherman was probably up looking at things before they went. A&V's shifting over to fight JD. Although this kind of coalition of groups like JD, 10th US, and 5th New Hampshire are pushing this right side, A&V, PA, and these MB artillerists are really holding it down well.
Yep. It looks like JD might run into PA first. But with how the numbers are, it could go either way.
Yeah, if I were JD, 10th US has pushed up to the rocks and taken the position that A&V was holding. So if I were JD, I would just kind of... I don't know. The risk with charging is that if you lose, A&V is going to turn their attention right back to where 10th US is on those rocks, and they could get wiped. But 10th US is in a pretty good spot right now.
They aren't focusing
27
A&V
southwest.
at the moment, though. They're facing down 59th New York, so they're not in a supporting position to help JD out.
Union about to go to take in losses. Remember, they don't have a Steam chat, so officers can't coordinate over a voice call. They go off of what they see in game and the in-game talks, and 10th US is pushing further forward.
Right.
They see a wide open field, and they're going to take advantage.
They're about to run right into the side of the CSA team.
See how close they get. Are they going to shoot and fall back, or are they going to...
I think they originally were going to charge out 59th, but they ran. And Twin Banners is coming in to support. Oh, looks like they're going in for a charge on 10th US.
Yeah, you might as well. Zoo probably doesn't see the flag there, and so you got to go for that. 10th US falling back. Maybe a little too late. They are double quicking out of this when the Twin Banner guys there are sprinting.
New line, boys, over here.
Twin Banners being 1st Maryland, 5th Florida, and 1st Texas. They're a couple of groups within the Twin Banners that is a part of Sussy Brigade. I guess something I haven't noticed is Union's kind of shifted further left. CSA's kind of fallen off at least this initial snake fence. You have Iron Brigade and Corn Brigade here. 1st Delaware's I-Corps guys are close and engaging these Union guys. So Union's got plenty of time. The big question is how are they going to approach trying to take the point as CSA gets close to breaking. 10th US running through it right now. A little crossfire that could happen there. There they go. CSA down to taking losses. JD and 5th New Hampshire guys are trying to outmaneuver. And 10th US charging up the middle. Oh my god, that's a thing to miss.
Yo, mama!
50,
wow, yeah.
59th doesn't see him. I-Corps doesn't see him.
They do have 5th North Carolina there, though.
Yeah, CSA initially is going to win that. 5th NC is going to really come clean things up, but I don't get the point of charging in there. You surprised them, but most of them that you killed were probably in formation, whereas most of your guys, especially the guys at the end, died in skirmishing and out of line.
Right, that's something that a lot of people don't put into consideration is, you know, especially small units, they can charge an enemy line in the back. You know, they're all going to be in line and you're all out of line, so maybe you kill 5 guys, that's 5 tickets, but oh no, you lost 25.
Right.
There's one JD volunteer in the middle of Twin Banners shooting at his own boys.
Something, I know we're kind of hopping back and forth between both sides, or at least I am anyways, but back on the Union right, JD does have some artillery guys with them. Some 30th Ohio guys, so
Ooh.
looks like they're actually 10th US guys respawning here, so maybe no, they would have had to have coordinated something that complex over Steam chat. I was gonna say maybe 10th US charged in to die and then respawn back in on the flag and then help JD, but there's no way that could have been communicated, at least live in the match, with no Steam
Right.
chat. Unless it was pre-planned, but who knows?
Ooh, A and B is making a push on the Union right.
This is very bold. Granted, TSA is up by a third of a morale stage.
They're all crouching. They're all crouching. They're going to take a lot of ticket losses.
Run.
Union side, they looked very caught off guard by this push from A&V.
Absolutely. It's a bold move by Killer, but it might work out for him.
It's looking like it will.
And wow. Yeah, that really did put a dent in USA tickets. A couple of Corn Brigade guys are coming to support.
Regroup, fall back. Regroup.
One of the A&V guys was just touting, how did it work?
Right? Oh, but Twin Banners is coming in to push out the remnants.
Getting close.
Yazoo being very, very aggressive here. Might get a couple, but poor guy's AFK.
You can shoot, you can shoot, you can shoot. Hold it here, independent fire, boys.
Knock that flag down.
Hold it
It's
here.
a nice reaction there from Zoo.
Yeah, I got a good couple extra kills, which always going to be helpful.
Union tickets are down a bunch, but CSA did take some losses there as well.
Very much so. You do have some Union capping point right now. CSA is starting to shift, at least on the CSA right. Looks like they're sending their guys more and more to the left here. If Union means to cap, I don't know if they should.
It looks like it's IB up ahead. It seems like it's intentional.
Oh yeah, at least the capping of the point, but do they mean to fully cap?
Maybe to draw some away from the Union right flank, which, yep, A and V is shifting over towards point now.
Open order.
So if that was their plan, it did definitely work.
Oh yeah, CSA all kind of garnered up back in this defilade, which it's crazy that the spot they're holding is on point. It's such a very good spot. It forces the Union to charge them, which makes sense. They're the attackers. But this defilade, the fact that it's on point, is crazy. I don't know if we can see from Killer's POV, but they got a nice little hill there.
Absolutely. And not only does it force you to charge, but you got to charge over an open field.
Very much so. So 15 minutes left on that clock. It's if anything, this is going to come down to final push. I don't know if the clock will drop when Union has final push. I don't think Union's going to be able to cap on CSA breaking, at least based on what I'm currently saying.
Most likely not. They would have to last stand them for any chance of that.
I don't know.
Union is pushing very hard on the left flank. I'm almost behind.
It looks like they charged the artillery out. 12th VA did. I find it really fascinating because I got the game summer of 2020 and joined a Reds shortly after getting the game. And at least on Hooker's Push Union strategy in the past, these rocks that are kind of in the center of the map to the right of the point if you're looking from Union spawn. But Union used to just run up these rocks and kind of hold them. And that meta has really faded out to this leftward push that we see Union doing now. Which I find very interesting for why that's the case.
Yeah, I've seen them place the sharpshooters on that rock a lot and just absolutely tear up the US or the CSA side. My bad.
The TKs would go crazy. USA shooting their own set.
And JD's making another push on the Union right, and A&V's going to meet them.
A&V's having a fun little exercise today, running back and forth like a pacer test.
Yep. History keeps repeating itself in this round.
And outside of the initial
What about
push,
the cannon?
outside of the initial push from JD at the beginning, there really has not been much success from this rightward push. A&V, PA, and that artillery guys have held it down very well.
It looks like a few cannon guys are charging JD and they're running.
Oh,
But they brought a cannon up way up in front.
One of those MB guys that ran up to JD. It was like, oh crap, there's a lot of them. And he ran away.
Yeah, I don't think they realized at first.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised, but recently, by that, like a month ago, I didn't realize that artillery privates had swords. Which makes sense, but I was surprised. Right. Iron Brigade's pushing up that mill. Looks like they're falling back with 10th US. They got 2 flags there. Ooh, held that for CSA. Twin Banners did in 59th. There you go, Union down to breaking.
It looks like JD is getting wiped out on the Union right flank again.
No.
I don't know if they charged or...
Definitely looks like they pushed forward at least, but good call out there. Yeah, JD getting wiped again. A&V is just dominating them.
Yep. Question is, are they going to go back to the right flank again?
Do you think so?
Hey, fourth time's a charm, I think.
Right. Surely they... It's just... If something's not working, you gotta change course. Like, we're getting to a point in the game where... Unless the goal of JD is to distract A&V that they're not in the actual fight, like pull away numbers from the main CSA defense, unless that's their goal, they aren't doing a very good job over there.
Right. And if that is their goal, they're doing it at the cost of a lot of tickets.
Right. And I think if that was their goal, to distract A&V, they would not have charged at all. They would have just sat back and had a shootout with them over there to keep them away from the line. So.
Exactly. A&V is shifting back to the center. It looks like Remix and whatever's left of JD is in the center as well, so they are bringing the fight heavily to this part of the map, which has been mostly ignored.
Very true. 10th US forming their very iconic in formation, very spread out line. It's very nice. You've seen a lot of groups start to do that these days. 10th US probably some of the... at least in the open, some of the best shots in the game. So, yeah, JD's back there again, and guess what?
They're going to the right again.
They're going.
Yep, here they go.
I think that's probably been the biggest ticket drain on the Union is JD going right in that 10th US charge or so, but more the JD stuff than anything else.
A&V is a little slower to the reaction this time.
Yeah, it looks like they're not. They're just sitting and shooting. Maybe they're like, oh, we're about to hit breaking, so we're staying back and holding the point.
Right.
And JD's not actually charging the artillery.
PA is behind them, throwing some shots, and they're in front of artillery, so JD isn't in the best position either.
Yeah, JD getting hit from both sides. Doug is shouting, you gotta cut the grass. I feel like I'm playing golf now. Heard that a lot before. CSA breaking. Yeah. Union starting to push towards the point. Who is this? 10th US forming a big information line. I don't know if it's a skirmish line. I don't think it is, but they're trying to cap. They're outnumbered. 8th Ohio's pushing up as well. Still CSA outnumber.
Now it's looking like it might work for JD if they can hold Artie and push in the charge from behind.
Yeah,
because A&V is committed to the center now.
Very much so. Yeah, they're gonna have a great chance to charge artillery, and charge from behind or shoot from a distance. They have great shots from behind. You have more Union pushing up. Iron Brigade getting on these rocks and getting great shots on Twin Banners, A&V 59th.
Absolutely.
And they're trying to charge that out. Point still in CSA's favor. I'm surprised the Union on the far left hasn't moved in, but if they move in, the CSA that's engaging them, which is I-Corps MSG, would turn their attention to the point, and Union might get encircled at that point.
Absolutely. It looks like 5th North Carolina is shifting over to the right to support the extreme left flank, while CSA is looking pretty low on numbers in this direct center compared to the Union now.
Yeah, points now going drastically in favor because 5th NC pulled off. I don't know why they did. Looks like they're turning back around.
I'm here. What do you need?
Absolutely. And JD, like you said, are utilizing their position to get really good shots into the rear of Twin Banners.
Moving, we're moving.
No, this is a great view that some of these 10th US guys, JD, have. Very easy shots. And that ticket gap is kind of tilted back in favor of Union. I-Corps is pushing up and going to start maybe shooting the Union towards point, but Union on that left side starting to turn around and go towards the center on point. That's I think the wildest thing about all of this is that flag change going from 10 seconds to 5 seconds per spawn. I think Union's really able to survive on point here as long as they are, just because they can get those quick respawns, which I don't think they have a flag up here. Where's
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, with 10 second timers, you know, I don't think Union would be able to sit in the position they are right now.
right?
And it also does change the Union mindset a little bit to protect the flags. Otherwise, you know,
Right.
you got to run 5 minutes.
Very true. So more Union poured onto the point there. It's going in their favor. 30th Ohio, large numbers going that way, but CSA gets a little more reinforcements on point. You have Iron Brigade running up the side here again. Going to get flanking shots on these rocks. And JD's kind of moved to the center. They moved off that straight fence. I'm surprised the rest of the guys over here haven't moved off. Because Union needs everybody they can, everybody on point. They're up by 10 numbers right now. Union has 14 on artillery. Confederates have 11. So, I mean, Union just outnumbers CSA in terms of infantry bodies. They need to throw everyone on point if they want to cap.
Absolutely. You know, that's what it looks like they're doing now. On the Union right flank, they're consolidating in the center. 2 10th US right behind CSA lines.
Yeah, what are they doing back there?
Oh, they're getting them. Digital got them.
Dang.
I guess they were gunning for flags.
It's a nice spot to be in, that's for sure. Union really capping point now.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like 8th Ohio formed alongside 30th, so all of Corn Brigade. One big line there. Big numbers. And the tickets are even. Union's catching up.
Absolutely.
CSA
Oh, and
turning.
A and B is pushing.
Flag is down, boys. Flag is down.
They're so consolidated, the Union. And JD is countercharging now.
Yeah, this was a very risky push from A and V. They went in first on their own. It looks like they're getting reinforced from more groups. PA, 5th NC rolling up. Very risky move because they could hit last stand, which they probably are, but they probably charged in because Union is capping the point. CSA hit last stand.
And Union is wiped out the CSA right flank at this point. 12th VA.
Oh, yeah. And I think this will probably be the round. Yeah, no, it's going to be. So, Disco, what were your thoughts for our first round here?
I'm gonna be honest, I was expecting a CSA victory at this point. You know, Union fumbled the bag on the right flank a bit, but they did recover eventually. A and V gave up on the artillery, and JD and 10th US really did exploit that, and I think that plus their later consolidation is what led to a win for Union today.
Yeah, it was very surprising. Union was down on tickets, like a third of a morale stage in the middle of this match, and they crawled back and took the lead on tickets there at the very end. It took a while, but they eventually did it, and this was very well done from Union throughout this whole round. Very impressive. I would agree. I was kind of expecting CSA to pull this one out, but CSA have a much favorable map in round 2 with Hill's counterattack, so it'll be a good one to see. Another longer match like this one, but it's going to be great. We will see you shortly then for round number 2. Alrighty, here we are with round number 2. Servers up to 290 right now. Imbalance is 9 in favor of the Union side right now, considering artillery and the Fat Confederates have 12 on it right now. So that's a 21-man infantry imbalance right now. Disco, what's CSA strat for this map?
I think the best strat is just to keep Union in an open position, utilize that artillery for CSA. You know, that's the biggest advantage you've got. Keep them off the right flank, keep them out of the woods. Try to force them into that field or the corn so that Artie can tear them up.
Very much on. You do have some Union holding out in the open field. Some Confederate guns shooting already, but others starting to roll up into the open field to get a better position. Let's see who's holding in the center field there. 10th US, no surprise with that. A big old line of theirs, but you got Union holding on the right. Corn Brigade looks to be the ones over there on the right. Cutting back over to the left, you got 12th VA holding kind of in the center of the Union line. JD, Iron Brigade, 5th New Hampshire on the left. CSA kind of spreading out to make an approach as well. I-Corps going right, kind of down the center. PA. PA is probably going to be the biggest group in terms of capping the point for CSA. I know Ninja really likes to do that stuff. You have Killer with A and V going down the road. First Delaware going in the bushes, and CSA's charging on the left. I see 59th and MB going straight into the Union. Some twin banners as well. 5th and C. So really sussy.
CSA is a little spread out on this charge, but there's so many more of them that it might not matter.
Yeah, the rest, CSA trickle in a lot there. More reinforcements for them. 8th Ohio is now pulling up, so I think Union's going to be able to hold.
Yeah, that's surprising. Corn Brigade did hold, but CSA is holding as well, shooting back.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, you got 1st Delaware sitting a little back. A and V is kind of using some cover to take shots, but the fighting's still kind of going on over on this left, but, I mean, it really looks like Union's going to hold the line. And you got a couple of CSA guys going around the flank, but they're not really going to be able to kill the 30 additional guys the Union has compared to them.
Coming up behind. Coming up. Friendly.
So the top of this hill is really a big key for the map for CSA, because Union has pretty good positions that they could turtle in. You could see they're turtling way back in the corn on the Union left, Confederate right, which Confederates can't reach there. It's on the edge of out of bounds for them. Similar to Union on the right in terms of the snake fence, that's out of bounds for CSA. They can get up to the edge, but there's really no good spots for them to hold, so they really have to cap point a lot in this map, and to do that, they need to really hold the top of the hill, which is why they're aggressively trying to take it. Here comes another charge.
Sorry, Bing.
Nice team kill. Scoing's just lit up.
10th US charging into the side.
Oh, CSA cap. Oh, they're in the cap bush. Is it Ninja? Wow, it's PA. Look at that. So CSA cap.
He called it.
Yeah, they stopped the timer. The lag timer, that's really big. Just because, again, Union has really nice defensive positions. It could take minutes for CSA to kind of form up and engage. And Union needs to take this point back right away. They can easily do it, but granted, they would have to be in the open field, but in terms of easy, there's not a lot of CSA there at the moment, which is what I mean by easy. Probably be harder than that, but anyways. JD's pushing down the road on Union left. It looks like they're trying to get a little closer to their opponents in I-Core. So, oh, it looks like CSA maybe gained some ground here on the left, or the Confederate left. His 10th US is pushing up to retake the point. Looks like 12th VA formed up on the right, but speaking of easy, CSA is actually contesting, so it's not easy anymore. A&V Nose is pushing up there right now.
Oh, right in front of us. Right to our right.
And 10th US is gonna... Oh, dang, they just ripped right into Killer.
Wow.
Good.
Yep. PA is still on their flank, though. They could charge in from the rear while they're distracted.
Run, flag, run, Dick. Run, Dick.
But it looks like 10th US is going to clear out A and V.
Yeah, most of the time I don't like a shoot and then charge because most of the time they miss shots, but 10th US had a very good, they had very good shots beforehand, so it looks like they're going to keep pursuing to try to get the flag, but that flag bearer is probably going to get out, and you can see 10th US diverting their attention back to the Union right. PA's being charged up by some Union, so... Actually, no, they're turning back. They haven't retaken the point yet. I missed that.
12, this way, this way. This way, 12. Come on, this way, 12.
Here we go, boys. This way. Head northeast, boys.
So Union's really in the open field. Come on, TSA artillery. Where did that shot go?
As I say, Union is in a bad spot now. JD and 10th US are both in the fields, just sitting there.
Fed artillery missing.
That was 3 missed shots, I think. But, you know, they can load and get another shot or 2 off before they cap. So it's a big old target.
Yep. And they should really wait to shoot. They should wait until the cap happens because Union's down on tickets and they're going to regain some tickets. No point in shooting a shot and then Union immediately regaining those tickets. So.
Absolutely.
But yet they're still shooting. That was a miss. That was another miss. So 10th US pulling back to the right to help assist in Union. Corn Brigade, 12th VA, 10th US. They've really held down this right side for the Union very well. Held numerous charges, and tickets are even because of the recap. CSA losing the point, Union regaining up to the percentage of tickets that the Confederates, the attackers, have. Which is what you get as the defenders when you retake the point, if you're down on tickets anyways.
One thing I've noticed is that it doesn't seem like CSA already is being as decisive as I anticipated it being.
Right out there in the field, northeast, to the right of the post.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. It especially in an event with no Steam chat, it's very hard to coordinate between infantry, artillery, but even in events with Steam chats, the coordination between infantry and artillery is never that great, and it's kind of unfortunate. Because I don't know what you think, Disco, but from what I've seen, artillery is very good at knocking people over, suppressing them, and making them scared, spreading people out. It's not good at getting kills. So I think the artillery should always be mass volleying before their team charges in. But that can be hard to coordinate on this.
Yep, I can totally agree with that. You know, Artie doesn't get as many kills, but, you know, the mindset everyone dreads going into a spot where they're going to get hit by artillery. Even if it doesn't kill that many, it really is a hindrance.
Right.
And A&V is making a bold push into the side of the Union.
Union's not really turned their direction right now. Looks like that point is natural decay.
Aim low, keep fire. Oh.
And
CSA is falling back in the woods, though.
10th US charging this out, question mark?
Oh,
Half A and
here
B
we
is
go.
falling back.
Get over here, please.
This should knock both sides down to engage. Points being capped by PA, most likely.
Come back.
But, no, it's actually first Delaware. CSA can engage. They're still capping. Oh, I guess they are close enough. Yeah, I don't know. Surprised they're not in that bush. Because here comes 10th US.
Oh, did not miss. Have him anyways.
Defilade.
Definitely. Right face, hold position. Right face.
Looks like CSA is making a full retreat on all sides right now.
Yeah, it appears that way. Union's actually charging out the CSA on the CSA right. Which is, we missed something a moment ago for why this is happening, but it's, I don't know. It's fascinating. Union go down to engaged. So, Union's still pushing down this left side. JD and Iron Brigade's going in.
Who said you don't think they can charge too far?
Hey, yo, Union guy, east.
And that's a bold move. They're extending really far out. They're practically in the faces of CSA already at this point.
Artillery
Let's
missile.
see if they're turning. Yeah, they are turning their guns over.
10th US appears to be on the point. 2 shots missing there. 1 short, 1 going long. Or, I think that was 2 shots anyways.
Looks like it.
A lot of CSA moving down that middle road right now. I don't know if they're what direction they're going to turn, but they'll most certainly outnumber the Union whichever direction they turn. And Union's starting to fall back on the Union left. They might be trying to go for a pincer move here. CSA starting to push down that fence line as well. Union's chasing them to the corner.
CSA might be in a bad position now. They've got 2 units on both sides of them.
Yeah, we'll see if 10th US converges. Yeah, they're starting to do that. Everyone's flanking each other.
Oh yeah, here we go.
CSA barely beat Union to the corner. And Union's charging in the distance as well. But a lot of those CSA guys trickled out through the road.
Get that flag, go on the escape.
But the initial charge for CSA winning there. 10th US collapsing on the backside. I-Corps needs to push in.
IB is coming in where JD just was.
There's a decent artillery shot. Actually, it didn't knock over. Oh, it knocked over a couple.
Keep up with PA. Keep up with PA, boys. More banners.
So yeah, Iron Brigade and JD getting wiped. Not actually, they barely survived. But I-Corps, they need to push up there, and they could completely wipe that.
Well, looks like CSA is playing very passive back on the Union right flank. Only pushing up slowly.
Yeah, I don't know if Iron Brigade realized the charge happened. There were no CSA flags up there when that charge was going on, so they're not necessarily going to notice their friendlies being there right away. Actually, is this a down CSA flag? Yeah. 4th Battalion, Rhode Island. No, that's a Union flag. So. I mean, this has been a fascinating game of hills already. Union still holding that right side, returning the position they were at the beginning of the round, a little further forward than what we've seen them be, at least in the recent portion of the match. So,
you say, Raptor?
Union, who lost on the left side, it looks like they're returning to their original spot. 10th US, though, a little to their right, helping them out.
Don't tell him to come.
He doesn't get it.
Das ist gut. I don't have a bayonet, which is not good.
You got twin banners and some MB guys pushing down the road right now.
Oh shit.
I-Corps moving up as well.
Fucking run. Watch your
So it appears CSA's strategy has shifted from trying to take the top of that hill and rather hit this Union side, the other flank rather, and knock them down that way.
Everyone, race the road, race the road, get to the road.
Yeah, here comes I-Corps. First Delaware's rolling up as well.
Charge!
I think 10th US joined the Union here.
JD is splitting off to deal with the stragglers.
And all this is going to be great for CSA, even though the tickets are similar. I think Union's going to hold this, though.
It looks like they have the momentum from I-Corps is just falling apart. They've stopped their push. We got reinforcements from CSA. PA coming down.
Oh my god. Let's not give up. I'm covered in blood and piss and I don't care.
I'm seeing in chat some complaints about artillery team kills on the CSA side.
In the court, in the court. Get over, get over, get over, get over. Holy shit. God damn.
Oh my god.
Keep it. Keep the fire.
I can't think. I can't think.
Down this line, guys. Down
Shoot your load.
Focus fire.
That's friendly in front. Friendly in front. Whoopsie. Blue uniform.
I'm looking down, making sure they're not charging.
Hey, north, direct
Boyd wearing a
north.
goddamn white t-shirt.
Direct north.
Goddamn.
So we'll see if CSA caps when Union hits taking losses. PA, it looks like respawns of Sussy and such are holding in the bushes there, and looks like they're sending a couple guys into that cap bush. Yep, PA is going there, so it looks like they will cap now.
God damn, that was beautiful, boys.
Hey, can I get a couple people
Ow.
please?
Fire roll northeast, y'all. Northeast, down the snake fence.
Enemies northeast, fire into them.
Let's see here. Got more CSA kind of pushing out to the center. They're a lot more A and V's up there now, so it's like they're gonna cap. Got TET-US kind of pushing out, trying to form their line and contest as they always have.
Open order, spread it out.
On the line, open order. On the line.
It was like First Corps is getting reinforcements from twin banners on the CSA right flank.
Indeed they are. So looks like 10th US is trying to single-handedly decap this point, and it's teetering. So guess while we wait for Union to try to retake this point, what are your thoughts on the increasing server pop going up to 350? We're probably going to get 400 in the near future. What are your thoughts on there being more players on the map?
I think it opens up the opportunity for, you know, more exciting matches. It can change up the way they play, you know, once we get up to like 5, heaven forbid 600 people, you know. Just the volume of the units will change. And hopefully higher pops will open up new game modes. You know, like a Conquest but bigger. I've heard that's something in the works. And the one update I'm praying for is cavalry. Hopefully we'll get horses soon. Praying every day, brother.
Soon is such a unique word.
Hey, next week, man.
JD's charging out the CSA, not the Union. They're not charging their own teammates, but I-Corps guys are trying to deal with at this, as you mentioned earlier. Sussy Brigade, Twin Banner guys are here as well. Union on point, capping it. Both sides will go down to taking losses here, but again, black timer stopped. Everyone's losing tickets. All great for CSA, and CSA actually winning on the CSA right.
Looks like CSA already has been getting some better hits on Corn Brigade on the Union right flank. And Corn Brigade is pushing out the point now.
Yeah, that's what they got to do. If CSA is not going to heavily contest this, quickly retake that. You want that black timer to keep going. You need to be aggressive, get that point back, and what they're doing is phenomenal. Because I said this exact same thing earlier today in the Grand Campaign Hills counterattack match. But when you are the defending team and the point is captured and there's a counterattack phase, you need to be aggressive. And the reason why is because if you sit back and shoot for a long time, everyone's going to start losing tickets. And sure, you might regain tickets. You have a lower percentage of tickets than the team who capped the point. But the problem is if you shoot for a while and force everyone to lose tickets, you won't be able to regain as many tickets, which is why you want to retake it quickly. Be aggressive. You want that black timer to keep ticking.
Absolutely. And, you know, it can deter the defending team. You know, if they're playing aggressively, they lose a lot of tickets, but if you are successful, you can get them back. So
right. That's why Hills is a very interesting map. I think it's very unique in the sense where the point of capture is. Because both teams have kind of nice defensive positions outside the point, but this point is in the middle of an open field, and so it's really a tug-of-war match between this point. CSA can't really effectively charge the Union. We've seen them charge, but they haven't been able to effectively wipe the whole team. So they really have to kind of cap that point to stop the black timer. And that's what I was saying at the beginning with Hills. It's a long match. So...
Alright, Ape, I know we got more shots than this. Come on, start pointing in on them.
absolutely.
There we go, much better.
So kind of on that topic of, a similar topic. So we got 350 players, and on top of that, we got the flag respawn change going from 10 seconds per person to 5 seconds per person if the flag's in formation. What's your opinion on that change?
I rather enjoy the change. You know, I can understand why people disagree with it. I think that it keeps the fights going longer, more sustained. You know, keeps people in the engagement. Draws it out, less having to run back or, you know, units getting wiped as much. You know, I can understand why people would like the 10-second more.
That's fair. Yeah, I just remember when that came out. It was very controversial.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's probably the second most discussed post on the War of Rights Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the official Discord was fun after that happened.
Until we overshot. I will say it's been very impressive that Union's really. Oh my! Wait, Union's JD's charging out where I-Corps Sussy Brigade was, or Twin Banners. What I-Corps was.
NPUS is charging.
Yeah.
From the center.
Very risky here. Yeah, interesting. PA and Twin Banners pushing forward down the road, and 10th US just running up behind them, and CSA don't even see him.
Shoot that flag.
What are these guys doing?
Hold on.
I don't know what they saw, but more CSA are poured down the road. A and V in front.
Killer didn't miss.
So looks like CSA's not going to charge, rather just sit and shoot.
Flags out, like these flags out.
So I don't think we'll see. I mean, we might, depending on how this charge goes in a second. But We'll see if CSA caps again or
Dig
not
in,
in this
dig in.
match. They're at a
Defend
point
it,
where I don't
dig
think they
in.
have to, but
Start shooting. Dig into the fence line. Dig in the fence line. Quickly, start shooting. Dig in here. Dig in here.
Get him up. It's a turkey shoot.
Fuck you, Yankee!
God. Oh, Rambo. What the hell?
As it stands, I think Union has just a little too many guys on the right flank, given how many the CSA have on the left flank for the Union. They've got a lot of guys facing not that many.
that's very true. And CSA's adjusted to that accordingly. They saw how many Union guys were over here, and they've really pressured the Union left instead, which is it's been very smart on their part.
Right. Oh, it looks like Union is realizing that now. Corn Brigade appears to be shifting over to the left now.
Yeah.
But you can't blame them. There's no Steam chat, so you gotta play it by eye and ear.
So as they move over here, it looks like I-Corps has gotten back into the fight, and they're starting to push forward alongside AMVPA, 5th NC, multitude of groups. Yeah, if Corn Brigade gets there right now, we'll see if they sit and shoot or if they countercharge, because that's a lot of Union guys blobbed up in one little area. Oh my goodness, someone's mic's having a good
Oh,
day.
yeah.
And Union's definitely going to hold. Looks like CSA is kind of halted, at least down the road side. They're getting more groups pulling up there as well. 59th with some respawns.
They're in a fucking crossfire. We got him in a crossfire.
Yeah, and like it'll be definitely hard for CSA to try and charge with the fence position. You know, so it's possible, but they're gonna get hurt pretty bad trying to make it work.
Indeed, JD out hopping up and over.
JD, yeah. That's a bold move right there.
Very risky. They're spread out again. We're getting to a point where CSA might start pre-capping this point in a minute or so.
Run, flag, run. Towards the push, towards the push.
JD has retaken the corner.
Jeez. They're doing, in terms of holding ground and pushing the enemy back, they're doing a lot better than last round.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, both these rounds we've seen some bold moves that turn out to work, and I love to see it.
Very much so. Union starting to push out entirely. Corn Brigade taking up the snake fence on the far left. And the CSA team is starting to kind of get beaten back. Lo and behold, PA Ninja himself, they're starting to pre-cap the point. Now, I think Union could probably win a charge on the CSA right, Union left. I think they have more numbers. It's more of a... I mean, they do, right? Because... Again, server imbalance is 12. Considering artillery, it's 22. Of course, Union has more guys infantry-wise, but...
And the USA is split across this field, so they could divide and defeat. Well, CSA is falling back on the road, A&V. They're kind of leaving First Corps out to dry.
You're getting shot up a little too much, keeping on pace at least with those 2 flag respawns. Or 3? 3.
And Union is making a push on their left flank now.
Yeah, I think Union does need to kind of maybe break out, maybe return to the top of that hill. They just need to get at some angle where they have good access to the point.
Absolutely. If you look at the tickets, at the start of this engagement, they were both even. CSA has taken a beating from this fight without hurting the USA that much.
JD's still continuing to push down that fence line. I-Corps is kind of reforming up. JD doesn't have a flag immediately by them, so they're kind of losing there. Union pushing out of that corn. 10th US running right past 4 or 5. Oh, Portholes is going to see the PA guys.
Nice try, buddy.
What? Portholes just ran into the bush with 4 or 5 PA first Delaware guys, and he even realized, what is the 10th US doing here? Why are they charging at the CSA team by themselves? It's very risky.
And
I-Corps charging JD and Iron Brigade. That should push
it's
Union.
turned around.
CSA should start the pre-cap.
And 10th US has been completely pushed off of their position. And I-Corps. So yeah, CSA has just turned it around after that route they just had.
Pre-cap. Pre-cap. Pre-cap.
Pre-cap. Ninja, where are you?
Ninja's dead. Okay, you got Killer and A and V pushing out to the point right now. Now we'll see if Union goes in or not. Because it might... We're kind of getting to a point... If CSA blobs up a lot on point, it might be hard for them to get off. So if Union doesn't hit breaking beforehand, that could be very good for Union. Union could probably win the match if CSA cap... Never mind. They're at breaking.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I was gonna say they had a chance to pull back and let them cap before going to breaking, but they lost it.
I think CSA is going to just take the point here. Union very spread out, pouring in.
There's still fighting going on the left flank. Oh no, they're collapsing now.
Union's winning the point back. Never mind. I don't know if all those guys are on point or not, but they probably were, but I'm surprised. CSA losing a lot of tickets.
And Union is collapsing hard.
Yeah, and it looks like they're... it seems like they're winning. It's so hard to tell in spectating who's actually winning half the time in melee.
We do have a first corps coming in behind JD now. But I think it's too late for them to help.
They'll be able to put a dent in the Union, especially because Union's kind of spread out. A couple of those Iron Brigade guys turning around, 5th New Hampshire, turning around to deal with these I-Corps guys. Ooh, a large respawn wave just spawned in. And Union's going to hold this. CSA's almost down the final push. I don't think the ticket gap is big enough for Union to win this, assuming when final push and last stand is hit. CSA's going to hit it first, but I don't think... What are you doing, Benny, with the flag? Why'd he run towards CSA? Granted, it's not going to matter. Union's going to get the flag, but...
Yep. 10th US is pushing what's left of first corps.
No, very smart. You need to push the CSA in the final push before they reorganize.
Yep.
This is smart, and they might be able to do it.
If they can get these stragglers, they might be able to pull it off. But first corps was quick to react. They did make a good retreat without losing too many. So.
Indeed, I think the whole Union team really needs to push up. I don't know. I think I liked with 10th US, and I think some JD guys were joining them. I think the whole Union team should have pushed forward. You got to hit CSA in the final push before they do this next charge.
Right. And CSA sitting back, which is interesting to me.
It looks like...
But I guess...
Yeah, no, you go.
I was going to say, it looks like they might be trying to get them closer, closing the ticket gap before they make a move.
Yeah, no, that's... I would agree. Let the artillery do some work. Hit them before you hit final push, and CSA is about to crack in the final push.
Yep. And Union is just sitting out in the open right now. So if CSA already can lock it in, then they might carry.
You have a chance. We haven't seen you a whole lot this match. If anything, we haven't seen you in a positive light this whole match.
I've seen a couple team kill complaints.
On artillery.
I'm rooting for you, Artie. Come on.
For as much as I hate on artillery, I want to do it well. I want it to do well.
Right.
Just, there we go. That's a good first shot.
Nice.
Got a couple guys there.
Took 2 flags out.
A lot of those guys got back up, though, which is just wild to see. And he killed. That shot was way short.
Can you hold point?
So CSA is starting to form up. They're holding in a little defilade of their own right now. As the ticket gap gets closer.
Yeah, they really have closed it up, so I think CSA might be confident enough to start making some moves.
Yeah, you got Cornbread, 30th Ohio going to the right, because you do have like 8 MB guys pushing forward. Which they have final push for that reason or another. CSA tickets don't matter anymore. They have infinite tickets. That timer dropped down to a little over 3 minutes. I think it was. I think it dropped. I don't remember. But
See right here, CSA could charge right and wipe out that unit, and that would definitely put them to last stand. Iron Brigade by themselves.
Yeah, no, they're putting themselves dangerously forward. But CSA's got to charge somewhere, and they're they're very spread out.
Yeah.
Andy's going in on the left side, though. Iron Brigade officer is charging CSA. What do we do? Iron Brigade, yeah, their officer's going to CSA. I don't... CSH...
It's going to be close.
Yeah, no, this is... The fact that Union hasn't hit last stand yet is concerning for CSA.
Like, can they put him in the last stand? Yes. Can Union hold for 2 minutes in last stand? Also, yes. So
it's definitely possible. How is Union not in last? There we go.
Here we go.
1 minute and 50 seconds. This is going to be very close. CSA looks very disorganized right now. They're very spread out. They might not be disorganized, but they're very spread out, meaning they can't do some coordinated charge efficiently. But
now this push by Iron Brigade and JD could be dangerous. If they get wiped out by artillery, they won't be able to support in the last couple seconds.
If Union somehow wins this, that'll be a... that's insane. This will be insane. CSA artillery just team killed. Artillery shot went right through their guy.
They did hit a Union guy as well, though.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Which I guess at this point, that's a win.
Yeah. I hear charging from I-Corps 59th. You got A&V pushing down the fence towards Iron Brigade as well. 1 minute on that clock. This is getting very close.
Yeah. I think CSA may have waited a little bit too long, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they're charging in piecemeal in small groups.
Yeah, these twin banner 59th guys are just getting shredded there. 40 seconds. It's more CSA on the top of the hill starting to go down, but again, in piecemeal. That JD Iron Brigade group is really distracting a good enough group of guys to where CSA is coming in even more piecemeal, but this is probably the largest chunk we've seen of CSA. No way that Union's holding this. No way. 20 seconds. I think they're going to do it.
I think they're going to pull it off.
Wow. Anyways, Disco, your thoughts for this crazy round?
And I think the Union played extremely well, you know, consolidating, charging, playing aggressive when they need to, defensive when they need to. CSA was a little spread out, got divided a bit by the Union, but they also played well in their own way, especially at the start. The big disappointment was CSA Arty. I was rooting for him, man.
Yeah, CSA Arty did not do well. And I mean, when you're down 10 guys already, and you add 10 more guys to artillery, so that there's a 20-man infantry imbalance, and you have that showing, it really hurts, and it really kind of showed just with the infantry. CSA, I think, had a fine game plan throughout. It's just the very end, they just kind of collapsed. I don't know what happened, but they just look completely disorganized. They should have charged in as one big blob. But hey, that can happen sometimes when you don't have Steam Chat and you can't always coordinate on the rip. But besides that, thank you all for watching. Thank you, Disco, for being here. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon in the description where you can get live streams of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos and get raw gameplay footage of everything we cover and more. With that all being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you in the next one.